I'm going to talk to you about how to add site reviews to your Elementor website. This plugin over here, Site Reviews, that you can see on screen right now that I'm installing and going to activate, integrates with Elementor. What's really cool about this is that it allows your visitors or users to leave a review. You can also control if a review is automatically approved and visible on your website, or are you going to approve them or vet them depending on how many stars they are. What's really good about it is that yes, you've got Google reviews and Trustpilot and stuff like that, but if someone leaves a really bad review and it was a fake review, you're almost stuck with it. It's out there in the big wide world. The world is out there. But what if you want to have a bit of control over it? So I've got an activator, that plugin. It was the site review one, okay? Now over here, you'll see site reviews. If you go over here to all reviews, this is where you can manually start to add in your reviews, okay? So you could go in, do add new. You would give it a title. You put in your review. You can decide to give it 5-star, put in a name, put in an email, or whatever you want to do there. You don't have to do an IP address. You don't have to put an image in either. And then you hit publish. And what will then happen is that review will become visible. Let's go and put one in very quickly. There we go. Amazing product. Put a description in. Giving it 5 stars. Put my name and an email address. And I'm now going to hit publish. Now, that will automatically be visible when we stick it onto the Elementor page. But I just want to go over to the settings for a moment, because this bit's quite key. If you go down here, it says, do you require approval? I'm going to say yes, but only when the review is 4 stars or less. So if you leave a 5-star review, it will automatically be visible on the web page. Anything that is 4 stars or less, you might want to vet it. And it might be maybe you just want to be sure that it was real or address what the issue was. That is all I will do. There is no requirement for a login. I'm not bothered about any of these other settings over here, okay? And we are then just going, well, you can also do send any emails. So if a review is done, please send it to a particular email address so you are made aware of it. It's up to you if you want to enable that. Just make sure you got your site admin in there and save changes. That is actually all you need to do. Okay, yes, you have the reviews tab over here and you have the submissions tab as well, but I didn't actually have to change or touch any of these, mainly because I'm going to modify what the user has to complete on the actual Elementor page. Now, I will come back to strings. This one is actually quite important, but we'll come back to that. Let's go over to a new page. Now, the moment you've installed the plugin, it will now be visible or available to you as 2 widgets. In your widget list, type in review, and here they are, submit a review and latest reviews. Let's just dump in latest reviews for now. And look, you can see what it says. It's what we just entered in manually. Now, the great thing about this little bit of a widget, there's not much styling on here, so you would have to do some custom CSS if you wanted to modify how it looked. You do, however, have the ability to start to decide on, are you only going to show reviews from a particular category or from assigned pages. Now, if you go over here to settings, you will see that in reviews over here, we do have categories. So you could start to assign reviews to that. I'm keeping it really simple here. And I'm actually going to say that this page will have an Ajax load more. It will show 10 reviews per page. And if there are more reviews, you'll have a load more, like, you know, little scroll button, whatever. You click it and it will then load more. You can also start to make a decision over, are you going to say that you only ever show reviews that are 5? Or are you going to say that you will show reviews that are 3 and above? You can also make that call. But we can also hide the title. And you can also hide the name as well. Now, I'm just going to hide the title and leave it like that. So from a very simplistic point of view, this works really, really well. But you do have some control over here to start saying, well, let's hide the content maybe, or hide the author's name. So you can start to modify how this is going to look on your website. This is not a carousel. So every time you have a new review, they will sit one below one another. That might not sit really well with everyone, I have to be honest, but it's for a simplistic free plugin. This is really, really good. Now let's just go and test something else. So I'm going to go over here to my categories. I'm going to go back to my all reviews, and I'm now going to delete this one here. By the way, can you see the word unapproved there? So if this was a 4-star plugin, this would not be approved. I'd get an email, I'd go in, check it out, and I can then decide if I'm going to approve it. Let's for now just trash it. Okay, let's now just update this page and refresh it. So what we will now have is 0 reviews, right? There's going to be no reviews there. Right, there are no reviews yet. Be the first one to write one. I'm going to come back to address that in a moment. Let's just go back over here and type in review. And this time we're going to stick in submit a review. And we'll stick it in at the top there. Now we have the facility where a user can come in and complete that. It could be on a contact page, a product page. It could be wherever you want, to be honest. I mean, obviously, with WooCommerce products, you already have the review bit, so you wouldn't do it there. But it might be on another page of your website, maybe your services, you're a consultant or something like that. This could be super, super good. Again, though, you can modify what you do here. So I don't want the user to add a title. I don't need them to do the terms bit. This review is based on my own experience. Now, let's get rid of that. Do we want them to leave their email and their name? Why not? And the review, and they'll have a submit your review button down here. Now, I am just going to click update for now, and I'm just going to preview this. So there we have the button. Now, you will notice down here, the button has actually gone into white, and the reason it's white is because of my global settings. Let me go over to the hamburger, site settings, we go down to buttons, and over here at the minute, the color is clear. Let's just make it an orange color. And there we go, we have my button now there as well. Again, remember, you can set a hover color. We'll go with black. There we go, right? So you can brand this to your website a little bit. Now, if we just preview this, okay, so I want to show you how it looks. That's the preview. So you could go in and you go 4-star, you leave your review, put your name in, put your email address in, submit the review. But over here, you have this term that says there are no reviews yet. Be the first one to write one. I actually don't like that. And even though there are no reviews at the moment, I don't want that to be visible. So let's just copy that text, go back over to our settings over here for site review, go over to strings, okay? And down here, it now says, what is the string you want to change? I'm going to type that in and just wait a moment. And there it is. I will now click it, and now I will give some custom text. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put a couple of spaces in and hit save changes. And that's done. Let's now go back over to our page. I actually don't even like this bit here where it says, let me just get rid of the text I had here. It says, tell people your review. I don't like the way that's written. So let's go over to settings, go back to our custom string, and I'm going to say tell. So it says, tell people your review. I'm going to click that, and for my custom text, I'm going to put, please leave your review. Please leave your review. And we're going to save the changes there as well. Now let's go back over to our page and just refresh the preview. Look at it. Please leave your review. And that message to say there are no reviews is now invisible. This is really, really good. Okay, I mean, this does look quite big at the moment, and the reason for that is because I've got this as a, I think it's on at 800. You know, you can shrink it down. You know, go for what works for you in terms of your web page. But if you want a free plugin so users can leave a review, and then eventually you'll see those reviews, it could be on a different page or somewhere else, this is a great thing to go for. Unfortunately, it's not a carousel or a slider. But if you really want to showcase your reviews, a little bit like how they do on eBay, you know, they're all underneath one another, aren't they? They're not carousel sliders. This is super, super good and easy to use. And just to remind you of the plugin, Site Reviews, it's free. It's updated a month ago. It's got over 40,000 active installations. It works. It does the job. I like it. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. And I'll see you.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat.